Meet Natalie. Natalie loves books.
This is your brain on books. Any questions? And this is Angela. She's a very serious jazz singer.
Shooby-dooby-dooby-doop-doop-doo. And sure, we both like to stay informed, but this world sometimes, am I right? You know what we need? 30 minutes of meditation.
Pop culture meditation.
So we're here to remind you.
We get it. You're smart. But right now, take a deep breath and put your books down.
Hello, Natalie.
Hi, Angela.
How is my dearest Natalie this fine day?
I'm good. I'm good. Yeah. It's an exciting it's another exciting episode of our podcast.
Yeah. I wanted
thrilled.
to tell you I know we haven't talked about this yet and I wanted to save it for the podcast, but I finally finished Sopranos, which is
First of all,
amazing.
Amazing. Second of all, it is incredibly impressive how quickly you did that. I am because I told you once you start, it's over. Like you can't.
Yeah.
There's nothing else you can do.
Everybody in my house, including Frank and the cats, are like, "Oh my God!" And all they hear is "Got yourself a gun." Got yourself a gun. Because I always skip the intro.
I never skip the intro. Did you?
I always skip the intro, but it comes back on. It is a great
song. And then
song.
It goes at the end. Well, Pete used to nod his head to it because The Sopranos was Pete's favorite show. I
love that.
And so he would always do the nod.
I love that.
Like always.
Yeah. Well, it's at my house. It's got yourself a gun, and then downstairs,
and then
when
he's
Frank
getting out of the car.
Yeah, when Frank is doing his show, it's gung gung. So it's over here. It's all Law and Order and Sopranos.
Law and Order. Yep.
I'm Sopranos, and Frank is Law and Order.
Have you squeedled the Law and Order theme song for Frank yet? Like,
oh yeah, I've squeedled
the tripod.
Maybe give our listeners, give us since we're not on our singing lesson stuff. Give us a little squeedle. You know how it goes.
Squeedle-loo. Squeedle-loo. Squeak, 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 squeak. I mean, I can't do the whole thing without Lauren and Collins. It's not right. Okay, well, we got it. Wait, we have forgotten about our guest.
Oh, sorry. I guess we're not just talking today. Oh, well, we are. Okay. Let me introduce to our listeners once again. If you liked our last episode, which how could you not? Because we talked about Sally's rebuttals. Today, we are once again graced with the presence of the wonderful Sally Sanderson. Welcome, Sally.
Yay.
Welcome back to the pod.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
It's nice for you to be here.
For having me again.
We love having you
here. You're
welcome.
Wow.
Today, we are going to talk about, since we've talked about our celebrity encounters several months ago. I don't even know. That might have even been last year. When was that? I don't even know. We're coming up on a year's episodes, which I don't even understand how that even happened. But we talked about celebrity encounters. This is going to be Celebrity Encounters Part 2 or Part 3. I'm not sure.
We've done 2. This is the third one. We've got Jane left. We got to do Jane's. We got to do Matt Raby's. We got so many people that got to do. We got to do.
We got
Lauren.
a lot of celebrity encounters, but we have special celebrity encounters because we have Sally's celebrity encounters. So we're going to talk about that today. Ta-da!
Legit celebrity encounters.
Bona fides.
Bona fides.
And so, Natalie, take it away.
Hi, Mom.
With Sally.
Hello.
Thank you again for doing this.
You're welcome.
Okay. Okay. So, I guess I know we're going to have a stop later that I think will tie into a specific celebrity encounter that you had. So I would want to, it might be your ultimate one that we would wait to do. But I mean, quite frankly, just give me a celebrity encounter. Give us what we're begging for. Give us a celebrity encounter.
Okay. Since you and Lauren were with me for many of those.
Yeah.
During the travels we've had, and obviously very grateful for it. I've had several solos.
Yes.
And one of them was Well, I was just going through it and I'm thinking, Jude Law, for instance, he was in New Orleans.
Oh, you did have a Jude Law one.
Yeah, and he was in the elevator, and it was just random. I didn't even know who he was. So all of a sudden, this guy slams into the elevator, skids, and he's with this pretty girl and says,
Sienna Miller.
Says, yeah. And he looks at me and says, "What is it?" And I say, "Sorry." And he says, "What is it with this New Orleans, Nolu, all this stuff?" I said, "Well, obviously it's your first time and you don't say New Orleans. You say Nolans. And you don't say Louisiana. You say Louisiana." And he said, "I don't get it." And I said, "Well, you will. You just have to stay here and get the spices." And he was just rattling on about inane stuff. And I just thought, I thought he really didn't get it. And so I go out and visit a friend of mine, and she said, "Oh, did you just see Jude Law?" And I thought, really? Well, he was darling, but it wouldn't have been like the duh for me.
Oh, you and I had very questions. different encounters with Jude Law.
Pretty, and I thought, it's always interesting to me when I see somebody that's famous who goes on the Richter scale of true beauty, above and beyond, or pretty, or, and I think sometimes you say the inside comes out with the outside. So I've been fortunate enough to view a lot of people in different encounters and think, not eye contact, but just,
Did you make eye contact with Jude Law?
Well, yes, he was talking to me. He asked me a question.
Did you also think his eyes looked like
famous
the Caribbean
Sally
Ocean?
eye contact? Mm-hmm.
No, I just did not.
Because he didn't do it for you, right? Not doing it for you. Jude Law did not do it for Sally.
Sorry.
Just putting that out there. I do have to say, I have to make a comment here. I'm very, very, very happy and impressed that you put Jude Law in his place in a gentle way to say, well, if you don't get it, I don't know. I can't really help you with that because this is New Orleans, baby.
Yeah, I mean, our family's big New Orleans people.
You just got to marinate in it.
You got to marinate in the spices.
You just can't
no doubt.
Come and go. Just forget it.
No.
You got to get the lingo done, and you got to get your attitude straight. So forget it.
You gotta
totally.
You gotta do the palm court strut, shake your butt.
I'm saying,
palm court.
You gotta
get in there and do it. Yeah,
yeah. I mean, you
can't just.
If he didn't identify, that's on him. But
that's on him. How could anybody go to New Orleans and not just immediately start marinating in it?
I don't know.
Maybe he didn't have enough hurricanes in his system.
I mean, some people, I guess it's just not for them, but we love in New Orleans for
we
sure.
do.
A hurricane too. It's a personality disorder.
Yeah, get it.
Pat O'Brien's.
Yeah,
Pat O'Brien's is Sally's stomping grounds.
So, maybe you just need a hurricane.
Always comes out.
Mustang Sally comes out at Pat O'Brien's.
Oh yeah.
For years
she gets the whole crowd standing up singing Mustang Sally. With
it's
her.
my fan club. Well, we sing.
It's your fan club.
Loretta usually took a fine time to leave me, Lucille, all those stuff. You know, the piano bars. So
I love.
Yeah, I don't know if they can sing that song anymore, and that's such a shame. Like, you can't have anything nice. I think because the lyric is that the song where that Bruce used to sing at piano bar that had the lyrics are like, "You bitch,
took
you
a fine
slut,
time
you whore."
to leave me.
Those are not the real lyrics. Those are Bruce's lyrics.
Those are add-ons from Pat.
Those are add-ons.
No, the piano. No, Bruce did not make those up. That was the piano bar people would like, and you
Kenny
respond.
Rogers wrote that. So
something, Lucille. You bitch, you slut, you whore. I mean, like,
that's what we
that's
say
hilarious.
in the audience.
Those are my people.
Kenny did.
I'm not kicking that out. If I'm
Delta
at a piano bar.
Who even
you're at a piano bar? What do you
Delta
expect?
Dawn anymore?
Get what you pay for.
Sally, I was just singing Delta Dawn just the other day because I met this guy named John, and I was like, "My friend John, what's that T-shirt you got on?" That was how I said hello to him that day.
I can remember all those words. It's just, and do you know remember who sang it?
Isn't it Helen Reddy?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Who
Helen Reddy, right?
loves that song? I never understood Delta Dawn.
And you
Helen
remember
Reddy also sang.
Helen Reddy was in that movie that y'all loved, Pete and the Dragon, the original one.
Mother,
Pete's
that movie
Dragon.
messed me up. That was one of the scariest. Angela, you need
It
to
was a
revisit the
cartoon
beginning
dragon.
of
I
Pete.
loved that movie.
Oh,
I forgot about
I'm
it.
thinking Pete's Dragon.
Pete's Dragon.
That's it.
Yeah,
Mom,
Pete's
Helen
Dragon.
Reddy.
Pete's Dragon
Yeah.
is super dark. The
It is
beginning
a
is about all these like
cartoon
hill people throwing apples, and
Yep.
and it's these hateful
with Mickey
people and this
Rooney
poor
was a
cartoon dragon.
leprechaun.
Oh,
Oh, boy.
well, okay.
Oh,
Oh, boy.
eesh. Oh, boy. I might need to revisit.
No, I
It's
think everybody should
animated.
skip Pete's Dragon.
Okay.
Oh,
It's half
please.
animated. Skip Pete's
know-
Dragon. It's messed up. Don't do it.
Sorry, one last little thing
Gina,
about Helen
I'm
Reddy.
so sorry. All
When
my
I was-
favorites got disembargoed or whatever.
No,
they
Mom,
wanna
it's
say.
Pete's Dragon was never your
Well-
favorite. We loved Puff
I
the
gotta-
Magic Dragon, Mom. I loved Puff the Magic Dragon.
No, it was
That's
Pete's
what I loved.
Dragon.
No. We
Okay,
tried to love
Puff
Pete's
the
Dragon.
Magic Dragon is Peter, Paul, and Mary. And you
I
know
love
that
the
was about
cartoon.
weed.
Do you not remember how much I love the
Thank you,
cartoon
Sally,
Puff
for-
the Magic Dragon? No
It's
shit.
about
I
weed.
know it's about weed. Oh my
I
God.
would have never have.
Tom,
told
I
y'all
love
to
the
love
cartoon
that.
though with the drag. I mean, Puff the Magic Dragon was my favorite little cartoon. I had it on VHS. So
I think you're
so
thinking
sweet.
of Pete.
No, I'm not. I can see
Okay,
the
we have
cartoon
to-
in my head.
We have to move. We can't have this continual.
Let's
squabble.
table
We
it.
have to
We'll
keep-
table
let's
it.
Table.
We'll
Sheldon,
table
I
it.
have to say one other thing about Helen Reddy. Did y'all remember
Why?
that song "Angie Baby"? Angie Baby,
Yes.
you're a special. They used to sing that to me, and now I go back and I listen to the lyrics, and they're so weird and so dark.
Yeah.
And there was
Is
a
it-
creepy cartoon about that one too. Real
Is
creepy.
it not as
about a
complimentary
lady.
as you thought it was?
No, but I was
Yeah.
like 5 years old going
Okay.
around singing Angie Baby, so who cares, right?
Question.
Oh,
How
it's
many
so
Angie
cute.
or Angela songs are there out there?
There's the Stones.
Yeah, the Stones is a big one.
Angie. And then there's Angie Baby. And then the theme to Taxi is called
That's
Angela.
Angie. Mm-hmm.
It's called
was
Angela's
that,
theme. Bob James.
I think Sally wins
Dave
on the
Bruce
names.
and Bob James. I love them. Mm-hmm.
Do you know another
Natalie, how
one?
many songs are there about you, sweetie?
Uh-oh.
Well,
Is there a Natalie song?
about me?
Yeah, with your
There's
name.
so many songs about
incorporated
beautiful
in it.
women. Every single song
There's
is about
that French
Natalie.
song,
No, I mean they have
There's
the
a
words
French song.
Natalie.
Natalie. There's a French song called Natalie.
Oh,
I've sent it to
nice.
everyone I know.
Well, I need to hear that one. I'll
Well,
have to
Okay,
send it
well,
to
do
it's
you
you.
know how many
French song.
Sally songs there
Yes,
are?
Mother,
A
you
lot.
absolutely win. She would make me. Sally made me my
They're
mom
like
love mix
100, and
they
some
were
of
all
them are
songs
just
with her name in it.
horrendous.
and she
Horrendous.
on a disc, and she would mail it to me, and they were
I'd
all
say
14 songs with
You're
the name Sarah
forgetting-
or Sally in it.
me. No, I didn't
Sarah
have
Smiles.
to do that. It was just like, no,
Right.
Mom,
Sally,
there's so many.
go around the roses, lay down.
Sally, go
Long
around
tall
the
Sally.
Lay down,
roses.
Sally.
Squeezing
Yep.
Sally through the alley.
Yeah.
You know, it's just some of them really just not attractive.
But
Right.
it doesn't matter when you have a plethora to choose from.
Yeah,
But there's no more Sallys in the world. Do you know how many people are named Sally now?
not very many. You're a long.
It's
You're a lone
it's just
Sally.
not very. It's not very popular name anymore. So,
Popular.
There's, I don't,
as Lucy said,
I
I
don't
love
know a lot of
Lucy.
Natalies, but I might just
I
like
think-
ignore all other Natalies because I'm just like,
I love the name.
I know. It's
No.
like we say.
It's a beautiful
Well,
name.
you have little Natalie Smith that was named after you.
Well, she's like not
A real
just like
person.
a regular Natalie. She is like, first of all, the smartest person. Like my namesake, little Natalie Smith, is one of the smartest human beings. She's in law school. She's like, was everything I
She
should have
is
tried to be
a
as a human.
major-
She's amazing. She'll have to be on the
Yes.
podcast sometime.
When's she
little
coming
Nat.
on the pod? That's what I was
I'll
just
ask
about to
her.
ask.
She'll
She's
do it.
wonderful.
She'd love
She'll
she'd
raise
do it.
our. She'll raise our profile.
I
She's so
know.
She'd
smart.
do it.
The
Oh,
brothers named her because Natalie
and she's super
babysat
hip, so
for
we'd
her.
get some of her followers.
Yeah.
She's really groovy,
Super.
which is a new
hip.
word.
So
I'm
Sally-
reintroducing.
Are veering off into.
Sally,
Yeah.
Tell us another celebrity encounter. I didn't know you had one with Jude Law. It was really funny because Lauren and I were talking. I was like, what if she said something about Jude Law? Like just joking because I had one and then you did. But I forgot.
You had
I didn't
one
know
with Jude Law?
I forgot.
Oh,
yeah,
boy.
I did. I had a big one with Jude Law. Not like that.
Oh, yeah, where he touched
like
your
that.
pinky or something. Okay, well.
We held
Yep.
pinkies. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Eye
Okay,
lock
I have to go
also.
back and think of eye contact stuff.
I need an eye contact.
Do another one. What about when didn't y'all meet? Is it Bruce's Elizabeth Taylor story, or were you there? That was Bruce. Don't tell his story.
But that's his story.
They made big eye contact, so that was a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think now at this point, why don't you tell us about your
you mean my
Mexican
pit stop?
Well, we don't have to do the pit stop. Just tell the story, and then we'll get into something else about RR. Tell us your monumental celebrity encounter that changed your life.
Okay, well,
the big
this
one.
Dude was okay. I have a list of. Oh well, there you go. I've always got my list of loves from the past.
Mm-hmm.
Starting
Don't
with
we all?
Ricky Nelson.
Oh yeah.
Who didn't love Ricky Nelson?
Adorbs. Such an adorbs guy.
Little Joe from Bonanza. And, it goes on and on. But Robert Redford was one of my favorites because he was in Barefoot in the Park. And I thought him for the first time. And I thought, oh, he's so funny and adorable.
Oh, yeah.
So hence start our romance.
Mm-hmm.
So always thought he was great. Watched all his movies. Out of Africa. All of them.
Up close and personal.
Spy Game.
Up close and personal.
Tears to my eyes. I can't even watch that anymore. Can't speak. Many, many. But for my 50th birthday, Bruce took me to a wonderful trip in Mexico to see the monarchs over winter. Because they do. They hibernate and they migrate. And then I go to this other place called Mahakwa. And it's sweet and it's private little Amand thing. It's wonderful. And we're out by the pool and I'm seeing this little dude running around and he's very handsome. And I look over at Bruce. He never recognizes anybody. He always calls him somebody else. And I said, do you see him? And he says, who? And I said, RR. And he said, Robert Wagner. But no. Now, he'll rebuttal this, but it is so true, and Natalie knows it's like, Robert Wagner, his hero. So I said, no, Robert Redford. And he's there with his girlfriend, later his wife. And it's just a small little thing. There's 6 or 8 of us, and we eat dinner together and at the same pool and tennis and all that. So my 50th birthday was there, and Bruce arranged this party, and these wonderful people had a fireworks show and all this stuff, and misspelled everything, but we were at the dinner table and they thought it was him because he went under a different name. But
Mr. Miller.
Mr. Miller. But he obviously knew it wasn't him because they were doing happy birthday and all this. And so he walks over to my table and says, well, obviously, you're the birthday girl because I was there. So, and we were the only couples. And we're visiting, and he says he just had a big birthday celebration too. And since it was my 50th, I don't know what it was on his 60th or whatever. But he looks wonderful. He was darling. And we were just visiting. I said, well, my next act is floating down on a barge right in front of you. And we were just laughing, and he leaned over and he kissed me on the cheek and said, well, happy birthday.
Oh my
That's her.
God.
That's her Brad Pitt.
Let me tell you something. Robert Redford is my Brad Pitt. I mean, whenever I see Robert Redford like when I watched what's the downhill racer? Is that what it's called? The one about the skiing?
Yes.
Yeah,
Watch
Frank and I watched that
Johnson.
recently.
If you've never seen anything really rough, it's like Leo and the bear
Revenant.
thing. Yes.
Yeah, and
Revenant.
I mean, I look at him and I go, without Robert Redford, there would be no Brad Pitt because it's kind of this. They're kind of banking on the same vibes.
Look.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, they could be brothers or
Yeah,
father and son.
they look so much
And they
alike.
had those same smile. And I'm
Uh-huh.
telling you, he was, I don't care what age he is, and I don't care how he looks now. It's like Clint Eastwood.
Mhm.
Adorable,
Yeah.
precious.
Natalie's
don't
face
think-
when
Yeah,
you said
Angela?
Clint Eastwood.
Yeah, Angela, you're
I
like,
don't
yeah.
care.
You agree with the Clint Eastwood
Well,
comment?
I'm not mad at the Clint Eastwood comment.
Let's insert
if
Harrison
Sally,
Ford and everybody calm down.
Yes,
If-
you don't like the way Clint looks.
I'll
People
insert
age.
Harrison
No, Mother.
Ford. No
he looks
problem.
like Tales from the Crypt, Mother.
Well,
You guys
I
just
don't
passed
care
right
about
over me
bones,
saying I would
Mommy.
insert Harrison Ford.
I'm still going to think him as Rowdy on Rawhide. I don't care.
Right.
Yeah,
See?
he's
right.
a bag of bones, Mommy.
He
Mm-mm.
is. I mean, Clint is
Do
getting
you know
a little
the fact
long
of
in
the
the
matter
tooth.
is that we look at these people and they're
Don't
our
give me shit
heroes,
for
and
Harrison
we have
Ford.
one little
I never do.
perception of them being the most handsome people, and we have these idols. And
Exactly.
as we march on and look at ourselves in the mirror, and I think, oh, give it up, forget it. I'm old.
You do
They do
not look
too.
at yourself in the mirror and say, "Oh, just
You know
quit
I
it."
do. Hush. So
You-
anyway,
this is
these
one of the
people
most
are getting
beautiful
old.
women on the face of
Hush.
the earth. She
Natalie,
does not
you
do that.
hush.
She
So-
doesn't do that.
the other
Call
thing
them
She
is
bullshit.
doesn't. She's way too gorgeous.
She's way
Sorry.
too pretty.
we have
My
to
mom too.
realize
My
that,
mom is a looker
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
you know, they age too.
They
So
do.
I
Yeah.
have to give them the grace to age and look
Sure.
at them thinking,
Yeah.
well, that they're
Clint Eastwood's
90.
lived beyond.
Clint Eastwood
Grave.
is 90 something. If he's moving and breathing and talking,
Oh, don't
I'm
worry,
all
Mom.
for him. I
I'm not
think
sure
he's
if you and Bruce
darling.
caught the mule, but he still makes movies and is a drug smuggler, and he's 100 years old, and he has 2 threesomes in one movie because he writes them in himself. So
Wait
I
a
don't
minute.
think he
I
feels
don't care.
the age
I
that
don't
he
know
is.
that. I don't know that. I don't watch
Angela,
that.
I've told you this so many times.
Natalie, I have never ever discussed this on the podcast
That is
with
a
you
big
about
fat
Clint
lie.
Eastwood and the smuggler and
It's
the
the
threesomes.
mule.
I mean,
The
the
mule.
mule.
He wrote 2 in. I have videos of me, Lauren, and Collins watching it and screaming at the TV. I'll send you
2
the vids.
mules for Sister Sarah.
No, Mom. He's a drug mule with the cartel. And he's 100 million years
A
old.
movie,
And the cartel's
picture
like,
show
yes,
that he did.
yes, Mom. It's a movie
picture
called
show.
The Mule. And he obviously wrote and directed it because he also is starring in it as he casts himself as the drug mule who the cartel picked, the million-year-old man, to sing Frank. And he
Just
sings
throw
Frank
him off.
Sinatra in his car. Uh huh.
And
then he
what
goes-
movie is this? I've never heard of it.
Mom, it's like only 3 years old.
The mule.
It's only 3 years old.
Well,
It's
shame
new.
Shame to
Oh no, Mom!
himself.
I Angela, that's your homework. Angela, it's y'all's homework. And then let's talk about
I can't
just
go there. I have to.
Well, at
preserve.
least it's a recipe for. I guess like essentially what we're saying is a recipe for keeping young, staying young. I don't know.
Well, I think
But-
but I think Sally brings up a good point, which is like, the thing about the beauty comes from the inside and is reflected on the outside. That, I think that is true. I mean, there's wisdom and your voice and the way you smile and the way your face looks and your expression and all those things are all the things that make you attractive. So it's not just that you have perfect
Yeah.
skin.
I agree, but if we're still talking about Clint Eastwood, I have a
I'm-
few bones to pick there,
you used to love
like-
him, and I
like a
can't.
femur and a tibia. And I'm just kidding.
Wow. Thigh bones
You're
connected
talking
to
about a
the
cadaver.
knee bone. Okay.
I was just,
Sorry.
I just, if you're talking about like innards being exuding beauty, I completely believe that across the board. But with Clint Eastwood, I might have a few bones to pick. It's just all I'm saying.
Well,
he
I
always
don't
had
know
real
who's-
young wives too when California
Look,
Carmel.
I mean, the dude's
Yeah.
complicated, obviously.
He's complicated.
Do you know,
That
I
is
already
like a
told you I
whole
don't know
separate
his
deep dive.
insides. I'm just talking about his longevity.
watch
as
The
far
Mule.
As movie.
Maybe you'll get a glimpse. But
Well,
All right,
I'm not.
we have to
I
move on
refuse.
from Clint.
And
We
you
have to
know
move
that
on.
brings me to another point of
Oh,
rebuttal.
yes. Another rebuttal?
Well, it's a semi-rebuttal because y'all talk about what you love and you think is hot, in the movies and the TV shows. And here it comes. I don't like secessions.
Natalie.
I have tried
First of all,
and tried. And there just are no redeeming characters in that I
that's
thought
the
were
point.
sweet.
Mom, they're not supposed. Oh, okay.
You know
but
how-
you watch Outlander, and Game of Thrones
lo-
was okay, and Outlander has like lots of weird stuff going on. Uncle, mommy,
It's
Aunt,
not
daddy,
weird stuff. That's
Well-
Game of Thrones.
whatever.
Okay,
So you decided to tell me this on the podcast
listen.
I've
in
told
front
you
of all
this
5 people that
repeatedly.
listen to this,
All 5 of our listeners are
and
clutching
tell me that you
their
don't like
pearls
that you
right
don't
give it a
now.
like
shot.
secession. You don't like secession.
I will. Okay. Well, I will give it another shot because you
No,
only do back
no,
to
no, no.
backs.
Wait, Sally.
I guess
have to
I'm
talk
in the
to you about this.
doghouse.
Mom,
You're
listen to
not in the
Angela.
doghouse. Listen to me.
No,
I started
you're
off
not-
not liking. No, let me just talk, Natalie. Let me
Fine,
just talk.
fine.
I will be the
Fine.
go-between.
Okay. I said fine.
You're just getting a little. You just sit back and just take a little
You
sip.
just-
You're
are you
getting a little
shushing
riled.
me?
You're getting
Don't
a little
shush me.
riled up. All right.
Okay, don't shush me.
So listen. So Laura, can you please handle her? Okay.
Buddy's here, it's
Sally,
fine.
I couldn't handle Succession either because all the people are just awful, terrible, horrible, awful people. And then I started watching it and I started getting really into it. But you know who also cannot handle Succession? Who you are in very good company with? My husband, Frank. Hates it. Can't handle it. Refuses to watch it. So.
Well,
Bruce even
because
got
watch-
into it.
Bruce got into the last season, and I thought, okay, maybe it'll be a good one. The end.
Yeah.
Not going to spill it. Ray Donovan, which is another one. I had a hard time
Sally
with.
did that. Sally did that to me with Ray Donovan. She was like,
Oh,
"You have to
she-
watch the show." I was like, "Oh, I'm only seeing the first season." She's like, oh, "Okay, beep,"
And then-
and like told me the end of it. I go, "Wait, why did you just do that? I was just told you I was going to get back into it." She just was like, it was seriously like a beep, beep, beep,
nah.
beep,
She's-
like all of the end.
She Ray
the only-
Donovan. So we're calling that being Ray Donovan now. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
getting Ray Donovan.
And the other thing is
Well-
that everybody loves Yellowstone.
Mm,
I couldn't. Natalie couldn't watch
Mm-mm.
Yellowstone. Frank couldn't watch
Couldn't do it.
Yellowstone either because a horse dies in the first 5 seconds.
not going to watch something
Frank
like
was
that.
also-
That's snuff.
I think Frank and
couldn't
Sally
understand
are
him. I
on
had
the
to
same
watch-
page.
Yeah,
Yep.
It's mumbling, and I thought, well, it is
I love a Western.
Yellowstone. I do too.
Yeah.
I
But we
always
like,
love
Mom, didn't you
Westerns.
like Justified? You like Justified?
Yes,
Frank
but it took me a
loved
while. I had
Justified.
to watch it back to back.
Love Justified.
Yep.
New
Uh-huh, and
season's
you know
coming
they're
out too,
supposed to
Ange.
come
Did you
back
know
with-
that?
Part two
I know.
Oh.
of Justified.
Love Justified. I love Deadwood. I love
I couldn't get into Deadwood.
I love
That
a
was
Western.
really
and I
neat.
love Unforgiven's, one of my favorite movies with your
I
boy,
love
Clint
that.
Eastwood. And my
Your
boy,
boy.
Gene Hackman.
But you know,
And I guess
did
Angel's
good-
boy, Morgan Freeman.
I grew up with the good, the bad, and the ugly. So you know that theme song,
No.
don't you?
No, what is it? Oh,
And
that
it was the
sounds
spaghetti Italian thing. It was all dubbed, but it was
Spaghetti Western.
good.
Mhm.
Spaghetti Western.
And we could watch
right.
them back to back
Ooh.
for 25 cents. Yeah.
Well,
Oh my goodness.
Mom, I beg you to give it some time and then maybe revisit, Secession
will.
and see if you will get into it. But if
Have a
not,
change of
then
heart.
did you ever watch The Sopranos? Sally, did you watch The Sopranos? No? Oh,
Yes.
you did. Well,
I didn't
use
like
your
it.
words, Mom. This is a
I watched a
Mom-
few. I have to tell you.
okay.
that,
So
can
can you try that?
I
then, or-
loved him. I loved James.
Yes, Gandolfini. Yes.
Gandolfini.
Mm-hmm.
He's
but
magic.
The accent sort of got to where I couldn't understand him.
Yeah.
Captions. What?
So you
I
stopped.
don't understand. So you stopped? That was
Mhm.
it?
There were so many.
Yeah, there were a lot. So it's 6
I'll go
seasons.
back because that would be another one I'd like to.
Mom, that changed the entire frontier of television. I can't even do
Well-
it. I can't even get it. I can't do this again.
No words.
Well, I'm
Okay.
just like, wear my butt out.
Oh,
It's
no
boy.
like,
words.
Come on.
Okay.
no, Mom,
Okay.
it's
But
not
you
no
know-
words. I completely.
But you know what I have now? I do not watch anything that disturbs me and that I don't know the end of, that I make y'all tell me the
That's it.
end.
That's it.
Because I'm disturbed enough. And do you remember
That's
my
right.
girl and those other things we left traumatized? The first movie
It
I
was
ever
all
saw.
animal. Those were always animal movies. Marley and Me was a snuff garbage movie, so we don't watch
My
movies
girl
where
was that
animals
little
die.
Macaulay
Yeah, but My
Culkin
Girl.
in
My
the
Girl.
coffin.
you were never okay after My Girl.
Yeah.
But I'm
She
telling
wanted
you,
to
I was
crawl in that
never
coffin
okay
with me.
after Oh Yeller.
Mhm.
Oh Yeller.
Right.
Who is?
It was my
No.
birthday.
No. Bambi
Oh, yeah.
And
did it for me.
Trauma.
And
they
then
had
I
to
hear
carry
Isabel's
me out of
watching
the movie
Bambi
at
over
my
there, and I'm
birthday
like, I
party when
can't
I
get
was
to her,
5.
protect her. Oh,
They put Oh Yeller down, and I thought, and I was screaming,
Spoiler
"Don't
alert.
kill him! Don't kill him!" Well, duh. Duh.
kidding.
And what's
Duh.
the other one we watched, Natalie, that we boohooed about that I told you about? Oh, Bridges Over Madison County. You never forgave
Oh,
me
yeah.
for that one
Oh,
either.
you still owe me for that one. Oh my God. My mom invited me over to her house before she didn't tell me that they had
We were
dinner
watching
plans that
ca-
night.
We were
And
eating
we watched it together. We
Cheetos
watched it,
and
you made me
beer
watch it
and-
with you, and then I watched it, and she left 10 minutes before it was over because she had to go out to eat. And I was by myself wailing. And she was like, sorry about it. I got to go out to dinner. Love you. Bye. I mean, I was just like, you can't just do that to somebody when you, I didn't ever want to watch this movie on purpose. But anyway, I got over it ish. It's fine. This has
It's
also
like
been very
up close and
therapeutic.
personal. Yeah. It was
Well,
a
That's
real
another one.
tearjerker.
that's
But
another
You
way
one.
were my strength when I was
shoe.
weak.
The shoe.
I'm telling
You
you.
were my
But the way we
voice
were
when
did
I
me
couldn't
into,
speak.
and Bruce and I were just married when I left the theater, and my whole top was soaked wet.
Oh,
From
The
tears.
way we were.
Mhm.
the way we were. Oh my gosh. Yes.
Yeah.
Rob.
I'm not sure I've seen that.
again.
Barbara
Rob.
Streisand and Robert
I know who wasn't in Hubble and blah, blah. I know that from like Sex and the City. I just don't think
I
I've
just
ever seen it.
rewatched it. It's just-
easy chair. Sorry.
But I thought you
Mm.
didn't
Singing
watch
all
the
the
messed up
songs.
stuff.
Well, I know the
Oh.
end. Once I know
Sorry.
the end, I'm
Oh, you're right.
She's good.
insane. You know,
Do you read
that's
the
why
end of a book before you? Do you read the end of the book? No.
I have been known to peek.
Sally, I do that too because I don't
I
want to
do
be
that too.
surprised.
I just don't want to.
I do that too.
I can't take
there's-
the
I
anxiety.
can name you,
I can't
and I'm
either.
in a book club, and I can name you books that have almost destroyed my whole week thinking about them. They were just
Yeah.
a map of the world, and some of those things that were
Mhm.
just in my book club. And I thought, I don't know if I can just address all
I thought
this.
y'all were
It's
supposed to be
just-
reading like
yuck.
Yaya and the Sisterhood part 17.
Well, I finally put in David
Like fun
Sedaris
stuff.
because I thought, yeah,
That's good. I love
Yeah.
David
we go
Sedaris.
back. Yeah, he would be at my dinner table big time.
Mm.
But
Oh, big
the
time.
other, I know it. And I
Mhm.
saw him, and he's just adorable. I could put him in my pocket and carry him around, but I love his
Oh, I
sister
know.
too.
Oh, we love
Yeah.
Amy.
She's
Love her.
precious.
Yep.
So
Well, we need to do a
And-
stop, but I was thinking we could do, because, Sally is a huge Keanu fan. So I think we need to do a
he would be on my take a
Keanu
pass.
stop.
Keanu's.
Keanu
Yes.
stop.
I think Keanu's
This
should
just
be
in,
like
this
a.
just in.
We're just surfing in for a Keanu stop. Get it?
Oh,
Surfing in.
whoosh.
And he's
No,
just
get a Point
older
Break.
Brad,
See what you
and
did?
Point Break.
Just
Whoosh.
Yeah.
All
All right,
right.
Sally, tell us everything
Give
about
us your Keanu dirt. What's your favorite? Besides, I know you love all
Well,
his
it all
time travel.
began. I can't remember, but it was my first encounter. I think was it Parenthood, and he was so
Yeah.
wacky and
Yep.
weird.
Yeah.
Great
He was so
haircut.
adorable
Mm-hmm.
Goofball.
and so goofy. But then Ted's whatever
and
those
Ted.
things. That was so funny.
Mm-hmm.
We had
Yeah.
those, and we were just ridiculous, like idiotic stuff.
Yep.
But I guess, my brothers and I are huge sci-fi Matrix people. So we loved all the Matrix. And then,
hmm
Sure.
I loved everything he did.
You're a John Wick
A lake
person,
house.
too.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
A lake
she love you,
house.
the lake house.
I have to watch
Mhm.
it every now and then. Nobody else loves it.
I
But
can't
love
get her to talk
Speed.
me into watching that.
Then you haven't
Yeah.
lived.
The lake house. She's like, you got to watch the lake house. I'm like, that would never happen. Okay.
Because you don't have any room to talk if you haven't actually seen it. I own it. So That-
You are
burn.
right about that.
I know.
Burn.
You know what that was?
That's
that was
a
a
Sally
Sally
burn.
burn.
I'm just trying to think of
hot.
There's so
sex.
many. He's done so much. So, of course, John
But
Wick
the best is that he's
my
like a really nice person. Like he's notoriously known as a gentleman.
And we have a
Okay,
friend
but
who
what
lives
about-
in New York and does all the weapons for this John Wick thing. And he will
You met
tell
him
you. He
at
said
the
that
party, Rick.
Rick,
Oh, yeah.
Rick
Washburn.
Washburn.
He's known as the gun man because he outfits all the guns, fake guns, and teaches all the actors how to really use them.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, I said, what are they cordoning off down the street? And he said, they're doing a John Wick. And of course, I thought, I need to run down and see him real quick.
Mm-hmm. You need to go see.
And he was just
Keanu real quick. See what I did there?
No, I said, do a little flash.
John Wick.
I thought, Good
one.
He said, he's so wonderful. I wouldn't have done a flash, but I would have done a.
No,
eye
eye contact,
contact.
Mom. Duh. You
Um,
would have done a good
hey,
What can
one.
I say?
What about, did you ever see Something's Gotta Give with Diane Keaton and Keanu plays her young
Absolutely.
boyfriend?
Honey,
Loved.
that was one of my.
Yeah.
He was adorable. Adorable.
That's the one where it's
She was
Nancy
a real
Myers.
idiot for choosing Jack Nicholson. I say that.
Boy, it's a Nancy
She
Myers
didn't
film.
have a
Everything
choice,
about that
honey.
film
It
looks
was-
amazing. She looks amazing. Everybody looks amazing. And then all of a sudden, the music gets all nice and soft and beautiful. And Keanu's beautiful face just shows up on the camera like,
And her
this
sister
beautiful doctor.
is so wonderful too, because she was the Fargo. I'm having a moment. Diane's sister in that movie.
Frances McDormand.
Yes, she's so wonderful.
That's not her sister, though. Oh,
No,
in the
just
movie.
in the movie.
In
yeah,
the movie.
in the movie. Yeah.
Yeah,
And see,
yeah,
I love
yeah.
Diane Keaton, and I watched a movie recently with her, and she's old, but she looks great.
She's cute.
She still
Yeah.
moves, and
She's adorable.
she's got
Yeah.
great thing. I think Jane Fonda
She's
looks
got
good.
swag, man. She's always going to have
She's
swag.
got the Riz.
I
She's got
think
Riz.
She's
Sally
been through a
Field,
lot.
These women need the credibility for aging.
Goldie
and-
Hawn. Yes.
Yes.
Mary Steenburgen.
That's
Now,
what I'm saying.
Natalie and Lauren think I'm sort of Goldie Hawn. And I thought,
I've always
I
said
don't
that.
get it.
Mm-hmm.
She's very Goldie Hawn. Well,
She said
the
Goldie
tank tops
Hawn-y.
with those amazing jeans that you would wear in the 90s
Oh,
didn't
yeah.
hurt.
Mm-hmm.
But I still
Sally
have.
had the gold.
501s.
They dressed the same. Goldie and
Mhm.
Sally were dressed like a lot alike. Still do. They have that. They just had the. They have the look, and it's
Yeah.
it's not the worst.
No, but I
it's
did
not the
have eye
worst
contact
thing.
with Kurt Russell too. Sorry.
Mm.
So,
That's a win.
Yeah.
we were I was in Aspen with a friend, and she said, "Did you see Kurt Russell then?" And I said, "Who? No." And there was this little bitty woman sitting across from him, and he got out and left. He came back and gave me a look. So I thought, I know.
Oh, you're like, yep. You're
Mhm.
welcome,
Kurt
sir.
is one of the
Mr.
ones,
Kurt Russell.
because
You're welcome.
he's just a darling.
Like,
Precious.
see.
And she was too.
Don't tell
so
Goldie.
I thought,
Mm-hmm.
love her. Loved her
Mhm.
since
Eyeball
life
lock.
in.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Always.
Oh gosh. So fun
Mom,
to
so
talk about all
much.
this with you,
Thank
Sally.
you so much
What,
for
sweetie?
entertaining us and for engaging in
Enlightening
this,
you, I know.
enlightening me and changing my life and providing me life and giving birth to me and
and
know,
just
being the
steering
light of my
you.
life. I mean, I just thank you so much.
You have
Thank
so
you for
much life.
steering her into all of these great movies and these great concerts and all this great stuff Natalie's been into her whole entire life.
Well, do you know, it's just a combined effort.
It is.
Yeah.
And
Well, a
we
lot of it
forgive
was
you
her
for the
dad.
bowl
Everybody
cuts.
is just,
Everybody forgives all the moms for the bowl cuts. It's fine. It's
I
okay.
asked for it. It
Yeah,
was
I know.
easy to keep up with, and
Yeah,
I
I
was an
know.
outdoors
took her to
kid.
the beauty parlor for that. So get real.
Yeah, I know.
And it was
I
like,
forgive my
wanted it.
mom for the
Okay.
perms. Yeah. So
Oh,
take
yeah.
a bowl cut
I
and then
was
perm
ha-
it. That was my hair.
I did that too. I permed my
Yeah.
hair to death.
No doubt.
So,
All right,
you know,
everybody.
we always
Well,
wanted curls.
Yep.
Yeah.
We all wanted it. We
Love
all
you
wanted to
girls
look
so
like
much. Y'all
I
are
love you
angels, and
too.
you know
Oh.
I've loved you, Angela, from the get go. So
you too, Sally.
tell
Thank
Frank
you so
I said
much.
hey,
I will. He sends his love to Sally always.
and Adam and
I love-
Fontaine, your buds.
I will. Yeah. That's sweet.
All right, I love y'all.
I love you too. All right, everybody, don't forget to follow us on the Instas, and don't forget to keep writing those great reviews. We love it.
And if you want to friend Sally on Instagram, it's at SS Sanderson.
Yes,
at Sally Sanderson. She doesn't know what those requests mean, and she's going to ask me who you are before she accepts it, but I'll accept all of them. So I'll take the phone and figure it out.
I'm not very popular, as I said. I have no things.
She's good. Said popular. She's said popular twice, so I think that's going to have to go into the title of the.
I don't. You know, I don't want that. You know, I'm not.
Okay, fine. No, we can't put popular. Sorry, Sally. I
ruin everything.
Jeez, Natalie.
God.
All right, Natalie, do the honors. Do the honors.
I'm sorry. All right, Mom. I love you so much. Namaste, Goldie, Sally. And namaste.
You don't have to be funny with it.
Angela. I'm just being sweet, darling. Crying out loud.
You can just be sweet.
I just was such a big heart.
It didn't sound very sweet when you said you were being
amazing.
Sweet. Oh, sorry.
Well, I was saying amazing.
Not mad at
you don't have to be funny.
Why am I getting yelled at on my namastes?
And always.
I was trying to be. Okay.
Let's start this over.
We'll
I
table
upset
this.
her with secessions, Angela, so forget it. She's off. She's already PO'd.
I'm off having a hissy fit. I'm off having a hissy fit.
She's going to go have a tiff.
Yeah, I'm just having a hissy fit. Just kidding. All right,
Namaste.
Angela. Namaste. Super cool. Namaste into Sopranos. Namaste into Succession.
Namaste.
Here.
Loving the end of Sopranos, and everybody can suck it if they didn't like it.
It was perfect.
Loved it.
I'll go back.
Namaste. Tough shit for people that don't get it.
Yes.
Well, I have my tough shit question for people who don't get me too.
Well, that's like a Sanderson mantra. If you don't get it, tough shit. Okay. I love you guys.
All right. Love you guys. Bye.
Love you guys. Tough shit. Bye.
Now, isn't that better? Thanks for listening. Feel free to leave us a review and be sure to subscribe wherever you get your shows. Put Your Books Down is produced by ClantonCreative.com.